Hello, guys. Welcome back to the next episode of our new series Into the Rough, where we discuss about all the hardcore topics related to cricket. And today's topic is about why RCB hasn't won an IPL title yet. So, with me, I have Yatarth Badala. So, welcome, Yatarth.
Hey Basu.
So we have a few things to consider while talking about RCB. RCB, as you know, has been a great team on paper, but that is not always translated to success on the pitch. And
Mhm.
they have qualified for the playoffs a few times, but they have not been able to capitalize and win a trophy. So, what do you think is the biggest reason behind them not being able to win an IPL title in 12 seasons?
The biggest reason is they haven't fired as a unit. Okay, Virat Kohli one season goes and scores 1,000 runs. They still don't win it because an individual cannot win you trophies. You to win a trophy, to win a major cup, you will have to fire as a team. So for that, you need a team in which your batting department balances out your bowling department, or your bowling department is balanced by the batting department. That is one of the most important things. And I think this hasn't happened in 12 seasons. Either they win their matches only by relying on bowling, or they rely only on their batting. So this is one of the major reasons they haven't performed well.
Okay, so Virat, as you know, has been a captain since 2012.
Mhm.
So since 2012 to 2019, that's 8 seasons. And under Virat Kohli, who has been amazing as captain for India, hasn't been able to win an IPL trophy even once in those 8 seasons. So do you
Mhm.
think RCB need to consider changing their captain, or should they continue with Virat Kohli?
See, India and RCB are completely different teams. Where for when playing for India, there are other players like Rohit Sharma and there's Jasprit Bumrah, and there are other players who will let him know their opinions. I think the one thing where RCB is lacking is they are looking at Virat Kohli as their captain and not as their friend maybe. वो लोग उसको सजेशंस नहीं देंगे कि ये क्यों करना चाहिए. अनदर मेजर थिंग इज मे बी द कोचिंग स्टाफ. दे डू नॉट जेल वेल with Virat Kohli. See, Ravi Shastri and Virat Kohli as a duo who have been performing well for India over, I guess, from, from 2017, right? Or
Yeah.
2014. Yeah,
Yes.
So yeah, from 2014 they have been gelling well and performing well at whatever they are. But I think that is the thing with RCB. They haven't found a coach or maybe a manager who would actually complement Virat Kohli. So I think if they consider changing Virat Kohli as a captain, I think they should do it. Maybe they ought to consider this maybe, or they might have to like change the coaching staff, which they have done frequently, I guess, but it still hasn't.
Yeah.
So yeah, they ought to consider this. Mhm.
So, since you are mentioning about changing the coaching staff, what would you do if you were to become an RCB coach? What changes would you bring to the team, and what would you do?
I would cut off my coaching staff actually, the managing staff. 20 players play the tournament over the course of 2 months. I think they have around 30 to 32 coaching staff and management people combined. So if there are 20 players, there should not be more than maybe 10 or 12, I think, because if there are too many cooks, this may ought to spoil your broth. So
Yeah,
another thing is, see, if you constantly chop and change, there will be many
yeah,
opinions. If I am the player over there and if my main coach says something, I'll listen to him. But if somebody else comes in and says that there is a problem with this, I will have to focus on that too. And there will be like too many opinions, and I wouldn't know how do I focus and where do I focus.
So, while studying about RCB's history over the entire course of the IPL, I've seen that they have never been able to settle on an ideal 11, and that can be juxtaposed with their woes at the auction. So, do you think RCB can improve their stance on the ideal 11, the starting 11, if they improve their strategies at the auction?
Okay, so yeah, they could actually make a whole lot of changes. I think they should because the major auction is going to be next year, and I think they should let ABD go because when you tend to rely on your core too much, I think then the rest of the squad isn't going to fire much. And I
Yeah.
think they should Virat Kohli as a captain should think what hasn't been working for me over the last 12 seasons. Over the last, since he was the captain, it has been 8 or 9 seasons. See, Virat Kohli is at the
Yeah.
top of his game, and there isn't going to be the next Virat Kohli. He shouldn't go on about pulling his team or pushing his team too much where he is because he is at the top of his game. He is touching the skies right now. So he should understand that.
That's right. So before we conclude, I just have one final question for you. The auction already happened for the 2020 IPL. So what do you think of the current squad? Is it good enough to challenge for an IPL trophy? And what are your predictions for the next season?
With this score, I think even if they would make it to the playoffs, it would be a big win for them because I don't see this squad ending up in the playoffs also. If they win, I think it would come as a surprise to me because like there have been many teams in the past who weren't at their best, but they actually gelled up and fired as a unit. So if they fire
Yeah.
as a unit, if they tend to balance out each other's shortcomings and if they support each other, so they might. But otherwise, I don't see RCB winning with this squad in the long term.
Okay. That's amazing to know from you, Yatar. So that's it from this video, guys. We'll be back with another Into the Rough episode very soon. Thank you and comment down your suggestions in the comment section below and keep watching us.